What have they done differently under Mourinho?
Well, do you know, I was looking at some of the stats at the weekend, and Jose's played more long balls at any other club than he's done when he was at Tottenham. The first 2 games that he's been there, you know, he's played long balls. He hasn't tried to play balls into centre halves and playing into midfield. He hasn't overcomplicated for the players just yet. He's not, you know, hammering them with information at the moment. He's making them a little bit harder, a little bit stronger. Look at Dele Alli. I mean, he looks like an absolute superstar inside 2 games. You know, under Jose, he's got his mojo back, and it might just be a case for Dele. He had a friend in Pochettino, and I would imagine a lot of the Spurs players were Pochettino's friend. But I think you'll see a Spurs side being better off under a manager like Jose, a real, you know, tough manager that you know, he works them hard, he trains them hard. Verbally, when they need it, he'll give them it as well. So I think you're already looking like a Spurs side that have got so much more chance of finishing in the top 4.
What's he done differently, Steve? What's the big change?
I think the big change is that Tottenham absolutely step off, win the ball closer to the halfway line, which draws the opposition further out, and then he knocks balls in behind. Or tries to hit Harry Kane, and then you've got Dele Alli trying to run through. I think it's really simple. There's no question they look like a team that plays on the break, and that suits Dele Alli. It certainly suits him with the pace of Son. And Harry Kane can run in behind, but he can also hold it up, and then everybody can join in.
If Poch was such a great manager, one of the most sought after, we're told so many times in Europe, why didn't he figure this out?
Well, because more so than the tactical approach that Steve is just talking about, I think the impact of Jose Mourinho is one of a mental one. It is the fact that he walks into that locker room for the first time, and every player in that locker room who's sitting down sits up and say, uh-oh. This is the real guy here. Jose Mourinho is the real man. This guy has been successful everywhere he's been. And they're going to pay attention. And it gets to the point to where the message coming from the same voice becomes stale. And you start to become a little bit arrogant towards it. And you start saying things like, I'm not paying attention to Pochettino anymore. That's it. I've had it with this guy. Right. You turn the page. But in comes Mourinho with a new message, a new idea, playing off some of the things that Pochettino came up short with this group of players, and going to guys like Dele Alli and challenging them and say, okay, I need you to be the real version of Dele Alli. And what we have seen from him is a player that is, if you rewind the tape a little bit, you would think that's what he was going to be, this sort of impact player. We haven't seen that for long stretches of time, but we're seeing it now. And when he's running freely out of the midfield and picking those spaces where he can pop in either in behind or underneath, he becomes so dangerous, and he changes the dynamic of this team in the attack. But the impact of Mourinho, more so than tactics, is about the mental strength of this team and what we see in their approach in playing the games the way they are.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.